Are again against this player. I raise King Jack of clubs under the gun to 10 pounds, the button calls, and he's now in the small blind and makes it 55. I've kind of had a bit enough of him now doing this all the time. I'm here to play against the weak players, and this guy keeps 3-betting me. I have to put my foot down, so I 4-bet my King Jack of clubs. I raise it up to 130 in position. He calls. The flop, not really what I want to see. 8-3 deuce with 2 diamonds, 1 spade. We have 2 clubs, but I still would have to bet here. Not that I have to, but I want to bet. I have to put my foot down, as I said. I make it small, 85, so that he calls with pretty much this entire range. I don't expect him to raise me a lot here, and indeed he does call. Then the 10 comes on the turn. Now I still only have 2 overs, so we have to either give up or we double barrel this one. And because I kept his entire calling range in there pre-flop, and I don't think that he would fold to my 4-bet anyway. I don't think he would ever fold to any 3 or 4-bet that I make, because he is such a loose, aggressive player. So I think he has a lot of ace-x hands there that I can get to fold, or even if I'm ahead of something, although I don't know what I'm ahead of, to be honest, but if there were something, then I would get some protection here at least. But I think this is a pure bluff, and I want to get all the ace-x hands to fold, and potentially he might even fold a small pocket pair that he might have squeezed as a 3-bet. I wouldn't put it past him. So I go 220. He thinks quite hard, and then he lets it go. Phew, finally one that we win against him. In this next one, the hijack limps. That's the player who we won the pot against with our set of 5s. I raise it up to 15 pounds with pocket 6s in the cutoff. You could argue that I should just call behind here, but I think I have a decent hand in position against a weak tight player, definitely going to raise. But now the button calls and the limper calls. So we go 3 ways to a flop, but look at this, 7-6 deuce rainbow. We have middle set, and here we could just lead out, but I prefer to check. I think the guy to my left, the button, will stab. He can stab any pocket pair, and he can also just stab some air if he has that. And then the other player, if he has any piece of this board, or even just ace high, he will probably call, and then we can check raise. And now the button bets 35, which is pretty much on the bigger side. And unfortunately the hijack folds, but because he made it so big, I thought he might have a decent hand there. So if I'm lucky, he even has pocket deuces, or he has an overpair. So I decide to raise this one up to 130. Now, maybe this was a little bit too big, but I do want to get stacks in, and we are quite deep, about 700-800 pounds deep. So I definitely want to make this one quite big. He thinks quite hard for a while, and unfortunately he lets it go. You can't win them all. I mean, we do win it at least, but I would have hoped to make a little bit more money with my middle set in this one. Last hand of the day, we have Queen 8 suited on the button. We'll raise it up to 15 because the straddle is on, and we fully expect the straddle to call because he has not passed on the opportunity to call on any straddle before, and indeed he calls. Flop is 9-5 deuce rainbow. We see bet half pot, I think, in position here against a super wide calling range. That will definitely be profitable. He calls, and I expect him to call very, very wide here. Now, the turn is a 9. I would have double barreled otherwise, but this is not a good card for me, so I'm just checking behind once he checks. And then the 3 on the river, so he checks to me once again, so he's now checked 3 times. I really don't think he has anything, so this flop call would have been very light. So I think we can get him to fold a hand like king high, probably even ace high. Probably not much else. If he does have a piece of the board, then he will call, but my intention is to get him to fold an ace or a king, and so I make it 40 into 60 here, and he folds very quickly, so at least we finish on a high. 7.5 hours of play, 92 pounds in rake paid, plus another 17 for promotions, and the profit exactly 555 pounds. But check out this video here for a really nice session.